Microphone check 1 2 1 2. What's up? It's your boy DJ Mad Scientist. I think I'm looking a little ashy. Not sure, but it is what it is. We're here now, so we can't go nowhere. Not like I can go back and I am now confident that I'm ashy, but can't go back and start over. So it is what it is at this moment. At least you know I took a shower. I'm clean. I'm clean, but I'm ashy. Mad scientists stay classy. All right. Um, what's up, y'all? Happy New Year. This is the first show of 2026 and the fourth show of a series that I have been putting on in regards to music marketing as it relates to understanding your platform so that you can create really, really great music that fits the platform that you are actively a part of. And you could, make sure that the music that you do provide is something that your platform is going to actually enjoy, and that's probably a lesson that took me the longest to learn and understand and then start applying. So it's got to learn it, understand it, and then you got to apply it. Okay. And, you know, so over the past 3 weeks, this being the fourth week, I've talked about it in specific detail. So if this is the first time you're seeing this, you're like, what is he talking about? Right? Go back, go to the channel, like and subscribe this video before you go back. But then go to the channel, subscribe to the channel, and then go back to the marketing tab and you'll see what I did the weeks before. And what I've been doing is going into really, really great detail and showing you guys exactly what I mean by having a platform, having creating music that fits the platform, then also how to start actually doing it. And then as most of you guys know that follow me, this is what I'm going through. Okay, I'm not a how-to guru. I'm a live, in-person, active DJ, music producer, and what's up, Bex Erica? um, and I'm actually a working DJ, working producer, um, working radio host, and these are the lessons that I'm learning in real time. So as I'm learning, you can also take from my experiences and maybe apply it or not. Or you could, say, okay, look, I'm gonna take little bits and pieces of what mad scientist is going through and then apply it to what I'm doing. However you use the information is up to you. My main thing is I'm just kind of sharing, I'm kind of vlogging my experience. Where I want to eventually get to, those who know me know I want to be rich and famous. I want to be a celebrity DJ. That's my goal. Celebrity DJ status, worldwide, internationally known, um, the whole thing. And so I'm working on it and I'm going through all these little phases and I'm just kind of sharing it with you guys. Um, I will say this before I get into the meat of our discussion. I like to give you guys a little perspective, something to think about, because it's one thing to have the skill, it's one thing to have a passion, but it's another thing to have that perspective that makes you say, like, okay, I get it, right? Because there's a lot of concepts that people tell me, and they'll say all the time, I told you that before. Yeah, but I didn't get it at the time you told me, because maybe you told me some advice, but you didn't give me the perspective. So what I try to give you is not only the advice, but I try to give you the perspective to go with it. And even if you don't get it today, which you may not get it today, but down the line, maybe a couple days later, maybe a couple weeks later, it'll click to you. I'll give you an example. I'm a radio host on the show every day. And I generally do music, I do hot takes. I didn't do interviews. And the owner of the station has been telling me, you need to do interviews. And I just didn't get it. He told me that. I just didn't get it. I was like, I really don't want to do interviews. I'm not interested in doing interviews, right? And one day I was just talking to a friend of mine who was also in radio, and it's just the way that this person said it, it just clicked. Okay. It just clicked at that moment. And it wasn't information I haven't heard before. It just how that person said it to me. And it just clicked. I was like, oh, and it should have been common sense, but it wasn't at that time. So 2026, I'm gonna start doing interviews just because, you know, that's what I need to do to get to where I want to go. Because this person knows where I want to end up. And they're like, well, how do you, interviews is a way to build community, you know? I never saw it like that. Like, oh, okay, I'm actually meeting people. People get to know me. It's like networking. Oh, okay. So what I try to do at the beginning of all these sessions is try to give you a little bit of perspective so that, you know, hopefully I might say something that just makes you say, "Oh, dang. Okay, I didn't see it like that." Another example of that was getting my music to be super loud. I couldn't figure it out. And I was just on some random channel. I was on YouTube and I found a random channel. And this person wasn't even trying to be a how-to person. They were just sharing, like I'm sharing now, what they learned. And didn't have a lot of views, didn't have a lot of followers, but they were just sharing what they found out. And from that experience, I learned how to get my music loud. I was like, okay, figured out what I needed to do. Spoiler alert, it all comes, you're gonna have to like, if you're in hip hop, you're gonna have to learn how to make your own kicks. You're just not gonna get your music louder unless you learn how to make your own kicks. Because a lot of us in hip hop, our basses are out of phase, which is why we can't get it really loud and bassy. Because or we go get a kick from a pack and it's already clipped and compressed. So we can't clip it and compress it anymore. It's already clipped and compressed, so they can say it's loud. So you can hear it as loud and they can sell it to you. But then you can't do what you got to do in terms of your own mix. But I digress. You didn't come here for that. We're talking about platforms. Okay. Um, I think what I want to say to you before we get into like the meat is in 2026, I figured that in order for me to get to this celebrity status, not only am I going to have to know the platform that I want and the type of music for the platform that I choose, but I'm going to have to really dig deep inside and know who I am and really just bring that out. And it's going to have to be brought out social media wise. It's going to have to be brought out in different ways. So that'll be my journey in 2026. Really pursue bringing out knowing who I am as an artist, as a DJ, as a recording artist, um, also as a producer, and then being able to convey or being able to talk to people and build community with people based upon who I am as a person, because it has to be authentic. And I've had to learn like you can't do it with money. Okay. I spent a lot of money. I ain't gonna lie. I spent a ton of money. And you know, I'm, and I'm not saying I've made mistakes and no, I've always learned a lesson and I've gotten to a certain level. So where I am, I'm very active. People know me. Um, I make a lot of money for the venues that I work at. I book a lot of bottle service. People come there for me. Um, I'm highly regarded. So if I just wanted to just stay like local here where I am and just be like the big guy and small fish, I'm already there and I could continue to do that. Okay. For how long? I don't know. As long as I enjoy it, as long as people enjoy what I do. My events are well attended. Um, I know what I have to do to get the number of people there. I have a good team. I have a great host for my Saturday brunch. My Taco Tuesday, I have a good team of people. Great. Friday hype, well attended. Always have about 300 to 400 people there. Even during the slow time. Out here in California, it's slow time. But tonight we're gonna have about 300 to 400 people there. So that's good. By the time March comes, we're just gonna be like crazy packed. Just because I'm part of a good team. And I can continue to do that and have a really good time, make some money. Um, the income I make, on a good week, it's about 1,100 per week. Bad, well, bad week would be zero, but let's just say between $500 and $1,100, right? Um, per week. Okay, that's pretty good for just DJing. And then in terms of production, not generating a lot of income because I work with independent artists. So I'm not sitting up here like pulling out numbers from Spotify. I don't even look at Spotify. Like if they send me something, great. If not, I don't care. Um, and I'm very picky about production. So the people I work with, I don't generally charge them. I'm probably gonna have to start working on my beat stars. I added some stuff, some old beats up there. So if you go there to my beat stars and just kind of look at it, you're like, wow, mad scientist. That's my old stuff. If you want to use it, go ahead and use it. You're more than welcome to use it. I'm going to start adding some new beats because now I have a better mentality as to knowing who I am as a producer and what kind of beats I'm going to provide. And I know how to produce them and make them loud. So new beats coming soon. Um, in terms of radio hosting, I haven't really focused on generating income, but 2026, that will happen. And a large part of it will be coming from different ways, creating ads and doing interviews. Okay. So yeah, it's like everything, I have everything right here, you know, in place. I have a good team of people around me. We're all professionals. We're not, we're all like seasoned. So we're not like living on a dream. But what's gonna have to happen in order for me to get to that celebrity status is I'm gonna have to start doing other things to get who I am out there to more people. Okay. And that's what it's gonna take. Okay. That said, let's get into the meat of what we're gonna be discussing. Now, over the past 3 weeks, we talked about um, understanding your platform, just a little review. The platforms I discussed were radio, strip clubs, nightclubs, brunch events, private events, right? So, like, if you want to know, if you want to understand radio and how radio looks at the music that it takes in and then says, okay, we're going to decide to play this. I explained that to you. Okay. Past videos, go back to those. Strip clubs, same thing. It's a strip club has a sound, is a culture. And if you want to make music for strip clubs, then you need to be a part of the culture. You need to go to strip clubs. You need to understand why strippers are choosing certain songs. Okay. They're the ones that curate the strip club night. Why are they choosing these kind of songs? There's a reason. Okay. And they're the ones that tell the DJ, like, play this song, play that song. That's why a lot of people in the South, Atlanta, Metro Boomin, and all those guys, Future and all those guys, they go to the strippers. They deal with the strippers because the strippers are the ones that pick the music. Okay. Nightclubs. Nightclubs have a sound, have a specific sound. So if and usually the people who curate the nightclubs are the DJs. And the DJs know what they need in order to make the night packed. And so if you really want to know what DJs are looking for, you go talk to a DJ. Okay. And go talk to specifically a nightclub DJ. Not every DJ curates the same kind of music because not every DJ operates in the same kind of platform. I know DJs that do nothing but private parties, different kind of music, very similar but different kind of music than nightclub. I know DJs that just do bars. Bars is different than nightclub. Strip clubs are different. So you got to find a DJ that fits your specific platform and then start talking to them. And later on, when I really get into the meat, I'm going to show you how me, mad scientist, who is going to be putting out 3 songs very soon, February, I think, to fit the nightclub. Why? Because that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, in the nightclub. So it makes no sense for me to make music. It makes no sense for me to make boom bap music, even though that's what I grew up on. I grew up on Tribe Called Quest. But I don't play Tribe Called Quest at the club. Just don't. So if I'm going to produce music in order to get me to celebrity status, because that's what it's going to take, to get to celebrity status, you're going to have to start. I have to produce hits. Bottom line, I got to produce hits to get to a celebrity status. All right. And it got to be my hit. Okay. And then, unfortunately, majority of what I do is hip hop. So it can't be a remix. It can't be a Drake song that I remixed and I'll blow up. It don't work like that in hip hop. Okay. In hip hop, you got to come up with the banger. It got to be either an artist that you worked with, Metro Boomin and Future. Okay. So Metro Boomin, who's a DJ, producer, he has Future as his artist. Okay. And Future and Metro Boomin work together to make the kind of hits that fit their platform. Okay. Or you have to be another example would be Mustard and YG. Okay. Mustard's not a rapper, but he's a producer, and YG is his rapper, and they create hits that fit in the platform. Mustard's a nightclub DJ also. Okay. So he has hits that he can play that are his, Mustard on the beat, that he can play in a nightclub. Okay. So that's what I have to do for myself. And I'm going to actually show you. I have 3 beats that I've finished. Just getting the lyrics done. But in terms of the beat itself, which is where it starts in nightclubs, I'm going to show you how I actually figured that out. Right. Another thing that I'm just doing a review right now. Another thing that I talked about is passion versus skill. What you want is passion and skill, and you want to marry them together. That's all I was saying. Okay. This takes skill. To do something luckily, you can. Sometimes you get lucky. You just make a beat and it just blows up. And you get lucky enough to do it, just maybe because you've been making 100 beats per day. And one of them just blows up. The right person hears it, and you're able to do it, and you're able to like explode off that one beat. But if you want to be consistent and you want to make sure that you can go beat after beat after beat after beat and be around for 10 summers, like Mustard, you got to take that passion that you have, combine it with a skill, put it together. Okay. And then I said here, having a plan of action, right? I'm looking at my notes in case you're wondering. Having a plan of action, what does that mean? Knowing your platform. My suggestion, I had this discussion with my manager this week because he heard the beats and he was like, do you really want to go through this? Because what you're choosing puts you in a lifestyle. And it's like, do you really want to be in that lifestyle? Because if you're going to make that choice, you got to be in that lifestyle. And there's good and bad that comes with it. Specifically, what he meant is a lot of out here in West Coast, we play a lot of ratchet music. Okay. And We play ratchet, we play reggaeton, okay? Um, we play it's like throwbacks, like 2000s throwbacks, right? Which is like mostly like boom bap stuff. Like Ja Rule, living it up. You do, giving it up. Or no, Big Pun. I'm not a player no more. I'm not a player. I just crush a lot. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Okay, stuff like that. We play. Um, of all the music that we play, like I don't speak Spanish, so doing reggaeton it makes no sense. The throwbacks, I can't go back in time. I have no throwbacks. I have no stuff that I wrote back in 2000, so I can't go back in time. So it leaves me with a lot of ratchet. And so his concern was like, you have to live that lifestyle. And I'm like, well, I'm already there because I'm in the club all the time. So the things I talk about are things that actually happen, right? So I would say the same thing to you that my manager said to me. When you choose a platform, make sure you are ready for that lifestyle. One of the things I want to be able to do is I want to do electronic dance music, EDM or dance music. Specifically, I want to do house, tech house. I want to do that kind of music, right? I want to do Afro house. I want to. But guess what? I don't go to raves. I don't. I've never been to EDC. I watch it on YouTube, but I've never been there. It's hard to be like, well, and we have like a lot of house events out here in LA, but I don't go to them. So I said to myself, I got to start going to these events because I got to understand it's not just about programming the music, which I can do. It's about understanding why, the perspective of why music sounds the way it sounds, why house music sounds the way it sounds. So I want to say to you, make sure when you choose a platform, choose wisely, choose something that you're willing to be in that lifestyle, live it, you know, be real with it. Because if you don't, it will come off fun, it will come off phony. People will know. I, as a DJ, know when someone's just writing a song and when someone's living a song. Okay. I know, I can hear it. I can hear it in the language, I can hear it in the key, I can hear it in the tempo, you know, but mostly the language. And then I know when the music is not really relevant. Okay. That happens a lot in pop. Like I know like a lot of those pop artists that, and I'm not gonna name names, but they may use the beat structure, but there's a lot of things missing. First of all, it's super clean, a lot of things missing, it's super correct. And but they want to try to get into the nightclub, maybe on the West Coast, so they make it a little ratchet and they're trying to take ratchet elements, but they're not really fully immersed in the culture, so therefore it doesn't come across. Okay. So I would tell you, be authentic. From there, once you know your platform, you're gonna find the correct tempo. And I'm gonna show you how I found the correct tempo. You're gonna find the correct keys. And when I mean key signature, the key of the song, right? And then the correct sounds. You got to have the correct sounds. If you can have the correct tempo and the correct key, but if you don't have the correct sounds, then it just won't make any sense. And I know that sounds subjective, like, oh, that's just your opinion. But no, actually, it's not subjective. It's very, very specific. The example I always give is for some reason, the piano and ratchet music kind of go together. It's the piano. I don't know why. I don't. If there was a meeting, then I wasn't invited, but the piano and ratchet music kind of go together. So, like one of the beats I wrote, I used the piano. And because I can't call it ratchet music if there's no piano, right? So the correct sounds are important, especially when you're talking about like something like strip club music, which is why I don't do a lot of strip club music. Why? I went to school for music, so I could literally figure out how to do it. but I'm not familiar with the type of sounds because I'm not in that strip club environment. So I'm not familiar with the sounds that, so it would come across as like phony, fake. So understanding the sounds, is very, very important. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into the case study. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share this with you because some of you guys may be noticing that I'm wearing something that I've been telling you I was going to get. Yes, my mad scientist dad hat. You notice it? Hey. So if you think, oh man, that's something that I would really like to wear, it's available on my website. All you got to do is look at that QR code straight up above my head. Yeah, hit the QR code, go to my website. It's fully functional. It works. And check out the merch. I got a hoodie that people like. I'm not wearing it today. But I got a hoodie that people like. I have different colors, different sizes, men and women. Okay. I got a beanie, backpack, t-shirts. Check me out. Okay. Appreciate that. Now let's go ahead and get into the business. And I'm gonna decide whether or not this will probably be the best time for me to let you hear the actual beats. Okay, what you're looking at is Serato DJ Pro. Okay, DJs use this. It's what we use. It's standard issue. It's like if you're a producer and you use Pro Tools, this is Pro Tools for DJs. Okay, standard. There are some DJs that use other stuff. God bless them. Okay, but everybody else is using Serato DJ Pro. In Serato DJ Pro, as you can see, hopefully, you got the name of the song, you got the BPM, you got the key, and then the comments is my little comments about, the song. Okay. But that's what BPM Supreme will provide you. Okay. It provides DJs this. This information right here gives us a lot of insight. Okay. A ton of insight into what works and what doesn't. Because over time, as DJs, we get to know what works as a song. And let me say nightclub DJ. I'm sorry. Nightclub DJs, we get to learn. And I'm from California. I'm on the West Coast. So you may talk, if you're on the East or in the South or the Midwest, you have to find DJs that DJ nightclubs in those areas. They're going to have a totally different vibe, or they may have the same vibe. Okay. And so the first thing is I tell everybody every week, I download music and I put music into these crates. Okay. You should see it says country, dance hall, hip hop, pop, R&B, reggaeton. Okay. Then I got Afrobeat, bachata from the West Coast, banda from the West Coast, LA. Okay. I got all kind of music. And then also have house somewhere in here. Yeah, I have house music. Okay. Now all the music that I download goes into these crates. Then I have my party mixes. Okay. And the party mixes is what I use for the actual club. Okay. So what happens is if I develop a party mix and I know what works, like this is my hip hop party mix 3, turn up. It's everything under between 95 and 100 BPM, right? Hip hop that I use. Okay. I'm not saying now in this playlist, I have almost 50 songs. Okay. I don't use all 50 songs in one night. First of all, Stetson on there. I don't know what that means. Okay. You'll tell me what that means. So I don't use all 50 of these songs, but these are songs I could use. Okay. And so I know which ones work and which ones like, there's some I'm probably gonna, it's 2026. I'm probably gonna take out because like I never use them. Like I'll give you an example. This is Sweetie, Best Friends. I may keep it in, but it's really kind of fading out. Um, Mulatto featuring City Girls, probably take that out. Um, Do It on the Tip, probably take that out. So I'm gonna clean out my playlist. But I know all these songs work. All of them work in different combinations. And I know which ones work all the time. So what I did for my first song, actually, let me go back to this playlist. What I did for my this is my 92 to 95 BPM playlist, hip hop. And same as party mix number 3. I don't use all of these. I got like maybe 45, looks like 42 songs in here. To be honest, I don't even use a large part of them. Okay. But I know which ones of these work every time. So one of my mixes that I do all the time, it always works. I'll start off with Nipsey Hussle, You Broke, Shut Up, Don't Talk to Me, Get Your Wet Up, right? That one always works. Okay. And then I go from there to Jeezy's um Geeked Up. Young Jeezy and Fable, Geeked Up, right? If you know the song, you know the song. And usually from there, I go to Migos Fight Night. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Those are the 3 songs I always, 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 always use. So I said to myself, why don't I create a beat, a song that fits in this mix? Because out here in the West Coast in LA, You Broke is going to bang. It's going to hit. It's guaranteed. Like if I drop that, the whole entire club, 300 people singing word for word, every vowel of every word, every sentence, every period, they're going to sing, and they're going to sing the entire song. This is YG first, and then Nipsey in the second verse. Okay. Those 2 verses, the whole entire club will sing, no matter who they are. It is just one of those songs. Okay. So I said, well, why don't I put something that I make within that mix? Because usually mixes, most DJs will do like a 3 to 4 song mix, mini mix, 3 to 4 songs. Okay. Only got 3. I can add one in there and make it 4. Okay. And it's so I said, okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to make the first song um, fit the tempo and the key that will fit. So I believe I end up using, let me see, I think it's in the key of E flat, which is harmonic. Nick. Hold on. Mixing. Wait, my X. I know. I should already had this together. Camelot Wheel. Was it? Yeah. It's to E flat minor. Okay. Which is the same as E flat minor is the same as Nipsey Hussle's You Broke and also Young Jeezy's and Fabulous. I wish I could analyze these. Hold on for a minute. Analyzing. Okay, cancel. I don't know. But I can pretty much tell you from memory, okay, that it fits the same key as Young Jeezy and Nipsey. So what I want to happen is I gotta play YG first. I gotta play You Broke first. I gotta play Young Jeezy. I gotta play Geeked Up next. That just has to happen. And I want to start playing my song third and then going to Migos. So I had to make sure that the key and the BPM or the tempo meshes with these songs. It sounds good. It doesn't sound weird. It doesn't sound out of place. And that the sounds sound similar. Not the same. They don't have to be the same, but they have to sound similar. Okay. And the beat is similar. So that now when I got their attention, because I'm playing these two like bangers for sure, 100%, I have their attention. They're thinking like, mad scientist, you're like the best DJ ever. Like, how do you keep our attention? Yes, because I know what songs to play. So now I have to insert my song. Now I got my time. That's the difference between being a really great DJ and a celebrity. The really great DJ knows the songs to play and get your attention. I got you. The celebrity DJ can say, I got you with those songs, but now I'm gonna play mine too. And you like mine too. Okay. That's the celebrity DJ. That's what the celebrity DJ can do. And a celebrity DJ, a regular DJ, if you're local, you get maybe 2 to 5, depending on where $100, depending on where you spend and how long. Celebrity DJs start getting the thousands to hundreds of thousands, depending on what type of music and what market and how many hits. Like obviously Mustard is getting, I think he's close to millions, but definitely for a night, hundreds of thousands. Because he's got a whole probably 2 hours worth of music he can play. My goal is to get actually 3 in 2026, to have 3. Okay. And that will make the difference between being a really good DJ, local, everybody knows you, hey, as opposed to celebrity DJ where I want to be. Okay. Now, the next one that I put together is another mix that always works. Okay. And City Girls, Act Up, Realize, give a F about it. You drop that, the whole crowd's going crazy. Okay. They're going crazy. I then go into Pop It, Shake It, YG. I'm on the West Coast, play a lot of YG. I told you YG and Mustard, mainstays on the West Coast. Don't hate, it just is what it is. All right. I generally do that. Right? Now, Pop It, Shake It is not as big as You Broke. So it's not mandatory. It's just what I do. Some other DJ might be like, nah, I'll play something else. Yeah, that's cool. I got other options. I can go City Girls to Joe Moses, or I can go City Girls to, Tigers Faded. I got other options. So I said, City Girls always works. And I got other options, right? I said, you know what? I'm going to make a song so my song is an option. Because City Girl is going to work. Then after City Girls, I'm going to go into Travis Porter, Bring It Back. That always works. I don't care where you're at. I don't care who it is, black, white, Latino, Asian. Bring It Back always works. It is a party mainstay. You in Vegas, California, East Coast, West Coast, Midwest. Bring It Back is always going to work forever. I'll probably be dead. I'm going to be alive for a long time before that song stopped working. So I said, Well, and then after I go to bring it back, I go into play, David Banner play, Bubba Sparks, Miss Booty, Juvenile back that booty up. That's a mix that always works. I'm telling you. And after that, I go into the reggaeton, which is, gasolina. That's always going to work. It's never not going to work. So I said, you know what? Good DJ knows that that's going to work. And if you're a DJ listening to this, or if you talk to a DJ, they're going to tell you like, yeah, that mix works. Every time, every time. So I said, okay, I'm going to make sure I could fit something into that because I want to be a celebrity DJ. I don't want to just keep playing other people's music and making them more and more famous. And the only thing I'm getting is my like little $200 to $500. Okay. I'm trying to make hundreds of thousands and millions. So I made the second beat I made fits in there. Okay. It fits in that mix. I made sure it's at the key of D. It's in the key of D, D minor. Okay. It fits in terms of tempo. It fits in terms of tempo. It fits in terms of key, and it fits in terms of the sounds. Okay. The sounds that I used. The third one was I said, okay, I do a lot of brunches. That's one of my most successful events is the brunch, the R&B brunch. That's where I make the bulk of my money. Okay, so I got 50 to 100 people there, and all their attention is on me. They're not even like, they're eating, they're drinking, and that's when we have fun. It's interpersonal. I can talk to people, right? I get most of my content, my video content from these brunches. Okay. The brunches are making me viral, TikTok and IG famous. I have like a lot of followers for a local guy off these IG, but I have nothing for them in terms of music. See, I'm a good DJ because I play all their stuff. And I'm about to start downloading like country. That's out to you, Bex Erica. Right? I'm gonna start downloading some country. But guess what? I don't have any line dance music. I mean, I got all these line dance songs in my laptop, and none of them are provided by me. And it's not like these line songs are complicated, but they're there. Like Cupid. I don't know who he is, but he's got a ton of line dance songs. It don't matter that he's not popping in the club every weekend, but he's got them and people know him. And so he's above just regular guy. I don't really know him, but I know his music. So I said, you know what? I got to come up with a line dance song. So what I end up doing now, I'm from California. Okay. Here's an example of you got to use something that is genuine. If I came up with a country, where them fans at, anybody who's country would know I'm phony. I'm just trying to catch a wave. I'm surfboarding on a wave. So it makes no sense for me to like do some where them fans at because it's not me. It's not who I am. But fortunately, out here in California, I'm not sure about where you are. You can comment and let me know. But out here, one of the line dance songs that we use is where is it at? 310 Baby Soak City. 310 Baby Soak City. That's a line dance out here for California. Well, where am I from? I'm from California. I'm out here in California. So I don't have to worry about like, oh, am I being phony? No, I'm not. I'm from California. I'm gonna be doing my brunch tomorrow, right? I'm going to be playing Soak City. Okay. Another thing, too, the great thing about Soak City, and also another one that we like out here is K Wang. right? K Wang with Kia and DSD, the K Wang, okay? We play that at the club out here, right? But K Wang doesn't sound like anything that I normally would do. So it would be obvious if I did something and it sounded kind of like K Wang. So I was like, nah. Then another one that we use is out here is You, Lucy Pearl. Okay, that's an example of that's an older song. I think it came out in 2005 or whatever. I had to look it up. But it's 2000s and but it's current now, but it's just the fact that it's an older song. I don't have something from that era. So for me to try to like get into that, it would be kind of I see a lot of people try to do that. A lot of producers try to do that. I'm gonna bring that old sound back. There's you could bring the sound, but there's no nostalgia to go with that sound. That maybe I should mention that. So when we go back to the 2000s, we not only bring the music, but it's the nostalgia. And a lot of these kids now are remembering when I was a kid and my parents played this music and they made me dance to it. Now that they're older, they're 21, they're like, oh, yeah, now I can see what my parents were going through. The parents are kind of like, oh, yeah, I remember we used to jam to this. Well, if I make something that sound like that, there's no nostalgia attached to it. There's no, oh, I used to dance to that song. There's just, oh, there's a guy who's doing old music, right? But there's no nostalgia. Also, the kids didn't grow up listening to it. It just came out now. So there's you don't even get that. You don't get that throwback effect. So if you're thinking like, oh, maybe I should do old music, like I like the way, like high five. Okay. You could do it if you want, but there's no nostalgia to come with it. Now, I'm not saying it's never done. Um, Bruno Mars does this all the time successfully. But then guess what? One of my favorite artists, Doja Cat, tried it on her last project. I'm gonna go do 80s. It didn't work. Okay. Because there's no nostalgia with that music attached. But if I were to play, my 80s mix, I usually do I know it may seem like I'm getting off the point, but I'm really, really on the point. So one of my 80s party mix is yeah, here it is. I'll do um Don't Stop, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, Michael Jackson. Dun, 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 dun. I'll drop that and go into that bass line. Dun, 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 and I'll tell the people, yo, can I play some music from my era, right? From the 80s, right? Dun, 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 right? I go into that and they know it. And from there, I'll go into Madonna, okay? Holiday. That song right there is 80s music. Holiday. Dun, 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 holiday. And then I'll do Whitney Houston, I'm Every Woman. Where's it at? I'm every right. And if I really got them, I'll go into Stevie B, Spring Love. Spring Love. We Latinos out here love it's called freestyle music. They love that. Okay. Um, that's why Kendrick did Squabble Up. That just goes crazy, right? That freestyle music from the 80s, Latinos out here, Mexican people, Chicanos out here in California, they love it, right? Okay, but it's nostalgia. So if I were to make some 80s music, there's no nostalgia attached. It just sounds like it, but there's no nostalgia. So people really aren't going to really get into it. So back to my point, I said, well, we're I'm currently in the era of where is it at? Soak City. Funny story. I did a New Year's Eve party in Orange County in California. Soak City is an actual amusement park. And in a previous life, I was a park director, and we used to take our kids out to Soak City every summer. Like it's like as big as Disneyland to kids from LA. Because in LA, we don't have any water. We don't have those. It's like a water slide park. Like you look it up. It's a water slide park. It's all water slide park. In LA County, we have beaches, but you don't want to take a bunch of kids out to beaches. It's like my college years. Anyway, when you take them to Soak City, it's a controlled environment, and you got a bunch of Black and Latino kids at Soak City, right? Was in Orange County. It was so funny because I did a New Year's Eve party in Orange County, and I said, "Isn't it so funny that one of the biggest songs in LA is about this theme park out here, Soak City?" And I thought, like in Orange County, they're gonna be like, "Oh, right." Nah, it did not drop well at all. They were like looking at like, there's a song about Soak City. I mean, they probably think like, why would like, who goes there, right? But I digress. Let's get back to the point. I'm in the area of Soak City. This is still hot. So I need to drop a line dance. It's not going to be like where them fans at, like a whole line dance like that. It's going to probably be somewhere very similar to Soak City, where it's a little bit of line dance. And I could make it go viral because guess what? I got hundreds of mostly women at my events that I could ask them like, yo, post a line dance, help me blow it up. Post your line dance on your social media with my song. And it's going to be something similar to Soak City. So I can go Soak City, I do K Wang, right? So I got their attention, and then I just drop mine, right? And I'll probably start with one verse for mine, and then I'll go back to you, because remember I told you you can put 4 songs in a mini mix. So you got Soak City, K Wang, my song, and then you. So, or I could do Soak City, my song, then K Wang and you, because my song's going to sound similar to Soak City, right? So it'll just be like maybe an extension of Soak City. So that's what I decided to do. Now, let me come back over here and check my time. Oh, I'm good with time too. Oh, I'm doing a good job today. Okay, stop sharing. I'm doing a good job. Hopefully, you guys are getting this. And if you have questions, go into my comments section. Throw questions, okay? And I'll answer them. Okay, it won't take me forever to answer it. I'll answer it. Now, I'm gonna do something that I'm gonna give you guys a preview. I don't have any. Yeah, I do have demos done because I'm practicing, but I'm not gonna show you the demos. Okay, I'm not that bold, but I'm gonna see if I can share the music, uh, so you can see how how it sounds. Okay, wait, that's not what I want to do. Go to profile. By the way, use SoundCloud. For those who don't know, use SoundCloud is really, really good. You can always put your music on private mode, which is why I use SoundCloud to share music uh, with the people I work with, not with the, the general masses, because that's not what I want. Come on, work with me. Playlist. Okay, that one. Okay. So I'm gonna do something that I've never done before, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna actually play my music live, and you guys can comment and let me know what you think. But I feel like I feel like I did a good job of catching the vibe that I wanted. Okay. The main reason why I want to do it is to show you that, yeah, this is what I actually do. Like, I'm not just trying to teach you and how to, and Nah, this is more of a blog or vlog than a I know some people may say, well, what if somebody steals? I don't care about that. You have talent, you have skill. Like, these are not going to be the last 3 songs I ever make in life. Okay. So I'm not worried about somebody stealing. Okay. So let's see if it works. Uh y'all let me know. Please let me know if the sound is coming through, because I usually don't have sound coming through. All right, so this is the one that's gonna go into the Nipsey Young Jeezy mix. I'm hoping that the sound is coming through. Sound is not coming through. Please tell me. Now, the reason what I did with that song, like I said, the tempo is right. It's I believe it's at 92 beats per minute. Most importantly, why did I pick that sound? Because out here in the West Coast, if you know the song "Why You BSing," "Why You Bull," can I cuss? I think I can. "Why You Bullshitting" by Sugar Free. Like, that is one of the sounds we use in ratchet music. It just is one of the sounds. That's why I picked that particular sound. Okay. Why did I make it simple like that? Because the music, ratchet music, is really, really simple. It's not orchestrated. It's not that I can't do it. And I learned music, creating music on 4-part harmonies, right? Classical music. But if I were to fill that track up with too much music, it would be distracting. Secondly, it has, I don't know if it translated on you guys' system, but it has a tremendous amount of bass. It is loud. I think that beat is at -9 lufs for sure. It is loud. And I've tested it at the club that I work at. There's a ton of bass. Why? Because in nightclubs, we like a lot of bass. We're bass heads. We don't want to hear orchestration. We don't want to hear like, oh, pretty little things. Nope, nothing pretty. Okay, if it's too pretty, it won't work. I know my platform. So therefore, I don't have to worry about like, oh, is it going to work? Is it a hit? No, it fits in the narrative. It fits in the platform. So even if someone says, I never heard that before. Okay, there's no nostalgia to it. It's not way off where it's like, oh my God, what are you doing? Like, you threw us out our vibe. We were locked in the vibe and you threw us out. Okay. Like, now we got to get back into the vibe. You know what? Let me go sit down. Because he's tripping. The DJ tripping. Okay. That's what I'm concerned about. So when people say, oh, I need a hit, I need a banger. When I was younger, I used to think they need a song that everybody likes immediately. And I'm always on this mission to try to make a song that everybody likes immediately. Part of people liking a song isn't just one element. A lot of times it's the artist. A lot of times I just like YG songs. So if he's like, oh, I got a new song come out, I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna mess with it regardless, because it's YG. I like YG music. Okay. Same thing with Kendrick. I like Mr. Morale and the High Steppers. I listened to the album. I thought it was great. Because I like Kendrick as an artist. All right. Number 2, they may have already been giving you that style of music. So you're already used to it. YG is like the master at it. He don't change. Another person who's the master at it, E40 don't change. If E40 come out with a song today, I know what it's going to sound like. He's going to give me what I want. And I like that. I trust him. Okay. Because I want E40 to give me a little game with them hyphy beats. I don't want E40 on a house beat unless it's a remix that he didn't do. Okay. I want some game from the soil on a hyphy beat. That's it. Okay. So that's really what a hit is. So in order for me to set up myself to make hits, it's got to be music that fits into the platform that I'm trying to be a part of. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is the one where it's going to be part of that City Girls, Travis Porter, Bring It Back. Think about Travis Porter, Bring It Back. Think about that a lot. Travis Porter, Bring It Back. More than City Girls, but Travis Porter, Bring It Back. Think about that Okay, now I'm gonna play it again. I want you to notice certain things. Number one, the hi-hats. In this one, I have hi-hats on the 16th. Okay, 16 no hi-hats. Okay. The BPM on this one is 98 BPMs. Okay. So I can already know, and the key is D minor. So I know the key and the BPM fit Travis Porter. Okay. It's actually the same key as what's the name of that song by it was by DJ Mustard, Lil Wayne, Bootsy, Face Down. Okay. So if you go listen to Face Down, DJ Mustard, Lil Wayne, Lil Bootsy, with a face down. With a face down. Face down. Face down. Okay. If you know the song, you know the song, right? Okay. So I actually made the same key as that. And then more importantly, for some reason, Ratchet, we like pizzicato strings. Don't ask me why we pick these instruments, but we pick them. And so the instruments that I picked were string instruments, okay? That kind of sounded like some, to me in my ear, could be wrong, but sounded like some Little John, right? A little bit, but the pizzicato strings, okay? And again, I got the 16th note hi-hats. I got the pizzicato strings on a little reoccurring melody, okay? And then I got the beat so that this is one of them songs where girls are going to be shaking the booties, okay? Try not to cuss on this channel, but they're going to be shaking ass, okay? And so the hi-hats makes the girls shake ass, okay? It's kind of gives them a signal. And I know that. Whenever I want girls shake ass, I play a song with a lot of 16-note hi-hats, okay? That's where skill comes in, okay? Knowing music. As a DJ, knowing music theory has helped me a lot. Has helped me bypass a lot of other DJs that don't know anything about music. They just playing music. Because I can match vibes really, really well. And because I can match vibes, when I want the girls to, or the people in the club to do something, when I want them to do something, I know what kind of music to put in there to make them do it. I can control the crowd because I understand music. Okay. The first song didn't have any hi-hats. I don't think I had hi-hats in the first one that I played. So when you listen to this again, notice the hi-hats and then notice the pizzicato. And let me go back. Okay, there's a hi-hat. Okay, because I listen to the music out here, West Coast. It's certain things that we'll do. We like to drop things out. We like to boom, boom, boom on an 808. I'm not going to go through and analyze the whole song. I just kind of wanted to show you what I came up with. All right, the last one, think about Soak City. Okay, I'm not going to play Soak City on my live because I don't want to be kicked out. But just think about Soak City, and this is the third one. Okay, so now, if you notice, I've been telling y'all about that piano, right? Something about ratchet music and piano. Gotta have it, right? Now, so I got the piano in there. Another thing is this is also in the key of D minor. Now you might say, well, wait, mad scientist, your other song was in key of D minor. Why would you make another song in the same key of D minor? Here's something I learned from the album So Be It. It's Eclipse's latest album, Let God Sort Them Out. That's probably going to win a Grammy as the best hip hop album written. What I learned from that album is that when you have a collection of songs, right? Kind of like how I do as a DJ, I try to put together a collection or playlist of songs that have a similar vibe. And one of the things that we use to create a similar vibe is key and BPM. Okay. If you analyze that album, which I did, because I have it, all the songs have very similar key and very similar key and very similar tempo. I learned that from that album. So I'm telling you, do you want to have if you put together a collection of songs, do you want to have every song in the same key? No, it does. And I don't. I have 2 in D minor and 1 in E flat. Okay. So you do want to have some variation, but you want it to be very close variations. You don't want to go, from one is in the key of C, another one's in the key of F, and just jumping all around. No, you want the album to flow. And I learned that as a lesson because I applied that lesson to MC Johnny T's Cole album. Just kind of wanted to hear how it sounded. And his project, song by song, sounds really, really great because I made sure that I kept it very similar keys. So I'm going to do the same thing with mine. Okay. But yeah. Okay. So I use the piano. Okay. Because it's ratchet music. I know the sounds. Now, if you notice in the verse, I use a different sound because I'm still an artist. I don't want to recreate, Soak City. I don't want to do like, oh, he just took Soak City and just made another version of it. I don't want that. I want to put my own little thought process into it. And my own thought process was like, yo, when it comes down to the verse, I want a different sound. But I'd still have the fundamentals that are needed so that this song, the BPM is 101. For Soak City, the BPM is, I'll tell you right now, I believe it's 102. It doesn't show on the screen, but it's 102. So very similar BPM, very similar key, and very similar, all the other elements of it being ratchet there. So now when I'm asking my attendees to my Saturday brunch to go ahead and start creating these dances, then it's a lot easier to do. And now they're taking their little clips and they're posting it on IG or they're posting it on TikTok to my music, which will be the difference between me being a really good DJ to being a celebrity DJ. And that's the whole point. And I don't have to wait to hear if everyone likes the song or some celebrity is going to say, oh, that's a good song. No, the song fits into how I'm using it, into the platform that I'm using. And that's the most important thing. Okay, so we're going to close, but I want to just give you guys some things that, for those who are producers that look at this, I want to give you some things, I call them musical devices that you can use in your music to make it more interesting. Okay. Lyric drops. Everybody knows about lyric drops, right? And you could do them, at the beginning, in the middle of the song. A couple of examples I wanted to give is Act Up, Real As. Everybody knows that. Maybe not so famous outside of California, but You Broke by YG. Everybody knows it. The song started off with You broke, shut up, don't talk to me, get your bread up. I know we used to, but okay. Everybody knows that. Okay, another thing you can use are punchlines, right? I don't have any examples that I wrote down. Quotables, quoting other people music, right? An example is like when Jay-Z took that phrase, I wish I never met her at all. There was an actual song by Carl Thomas, right? And I wish I never met her at all. Okay. You could do the same thing. Cardi B did something very similar. He took the phrase from her song Up, broke dudes don't deserve no sex. I know that's right. Well, she got that from City Girls, off what I consider one of their best albums, but we won't go into that. Using a melody as opposed to just being monotone. Okay. Use melody sometime. Most rappers don't realize they're melodic anyway. Like I have to tell rappers all the time, you're already using a melody. What's the problem? Okay. But they don't see it, they don't hear it. But you might want to just go ahead and tell them. Beat drops. Sometimes you can use beat drops where you can just actually have a rapper rapping or a singer singing. And there's no music. An example I wanted to give is Tell 'em with the YG rap part. I got a missed call from your boom, boom, boom. Okay. A turnaround. Turnaround is like when, or build up is when you're taking one instrument. Usually in hip hop, it's a kick or an 808. Boom, 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 boom. Whatever, right? And EDM is usually a snare. Okay. A memorable verse, which is hard. Okay. The examples I have are Blow the Whistle. I go on and on. Can't understand how I rap so long. I must be superpowered. Rap 225,000 hours. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Who knew that verse was going to be so memorable, right? Or Ain't No Fun. Ain't no fun if homies can't have none. When I met you last night, lady. Everybody knows that. And then chorus chant and sing along. I use say it's your birthday. Say okay. That whole song. That song is old. I don't even know why it's still hidden, but it's a birthday song, and we play it every week, every time, and it always hits. And then Get It Sexy. Get it sexy, get it sexy, get it sexy. I mean, just something simple as that. That song works. I don't know why this song works, but it does. Like it gets the club lit. Okay. No doubt. So those are just some examples. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here because I'm 15 minutes over. I'm hoping that you got something out of it. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. I definitely got something out of it because I got to tell you about what I'm doing, and I got something out of it immediately because I feel like my beats that I'm making now moving forward are going to have a purpose and not just luck, not just some random making a beat and hopefully it just fits. into a platform, but more of every time I want to hit, it's like I'm hitting every time, right? That's what I got out of it. Hopefully you got the same thing. I want to thank Bex Erica. You've been coming through and chilling with me and going through the whole process with me. I appreciate that. I appreciate you more than you know. Um, yeah, I'll be back next week. I'm going to start trying to figure out how to blow up on social media, how to go viral. And I'm gonna be studying it. I'm gonna show you what I find, and we'll just see if it works. I'm hoping it works. All right, y'all. I got to get ready to go. I got to get ready to download some music. So I got nightclub and Saturday brunch to do. I will see y'all. I'm gonna start back on my Wednesdays. This Wednesday coming up. It was a holiday, so I didn't do Wednesdays, but I'll be back on Wednesdays next week. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. Oof, a lot of stuff backed up in the system that I need to talk about. And then I'll definitely be back next week for some more music marketing. All right. I thank all you guys for coming through. I appreciate y'all. Please like, subscribe to my channel, like the video. And then give me any comments, good or bad. Even if you disagree, okay, that's cool. Go ahead. Look, my hand is itching and I'll put it in my pocket. That's what I was doing. Even if you disagree, even if I disagree with your comment, that's fine. We could disagree. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace.